And you realize they're not trading Maxey, right? You do know that, right?
Well, they're gonna go into next
They're
season
not
with
trading
eight
Maxey.
players on their roster, and then
it is
and
what
then
it is, and I know depth is important. It is what it, but you know they're not trading Maxey. Right?
Why not? Why not? The Celtics
Why
just
would
Brown.
they trade the player?
Who's the best player on the Who's the best player on the 76ers team right now?
Two-way player, I would say Jaylen Brown.
I would say Jaylen Brown too. Who's the second best player?
Scoring wise, I would say Tyrese Maxey.
I would say Joel Embiid.
I would say Tyrese Maxey.
Right, and that's what we'll split. I would
and
say
Joel Embiid, he's not even healthy. So
your availability is your best ability. So if you can't be there,
we're going to get from Joel Embiid. So you're going to trade Tyrese Maxey with the potential that Joel Embiid might miss 70 games again.
I would love to trade Joel Embiid. The reason why I'm not trading Joel Embiid because we can't.
Not happening. It's neither one is going to get traded. It's not going to happen.
They're going to have to. This is not going to work. This is not going to work. It's not.
You, they're not going to do it this year. You keep saying they're going to have. They're not going to have to do it.
Please look up this roster and look at these salaries.
I already know what the roster looks like. I watched the team every other day when they're playing during the season. I know what the roster looks like.
I'm going to Joel Embiid and Brown 1 and 2 first.
Joel Embiid is no longer he does not. In order for this team to succeed, he cannot be your 2 anymore. He's going to be the third option.
When y'all was down 3-1 to Boston.
It's easy. They ain't had no size.
Let me finish the question. Though. When y'all was down 3-1 to Boston, who was leading that charge? It was Tyrese Maxey. When Joel Embiid came back, he was the difference maker, and that's how y'all came back from a 3-1 deficit. Let's start with your 76ers and the Boston Celtics, the Celtics of Boston, giving up Jaylen Brown. He giving up Jaylen Brown and his $300 million contract for Paul George and 2 first-round picks and 2 seconds, and I think a couple of pick swaps. Looks like a salary dump, but also it looks like they got more wiggle room to make some moves to make their team a little better. And on the other hand, the 76ers get the better player, but now they got that $300 million contract added on to that huge contract they just gave Joel Embiid, and Maxey is getting paid as well. And everyone is running away from that second apron and running away from having 3 high-paid players on their roster because this whole CBA is kind of forcing people not to have 3 high-paid players on their roster. And now the 76ers is in that situation. They don't have a full roster, and they still need to fill their roster up, and they probably not going to have enough money to do it unless they trade probably Tyrese Maxey. But anyway, who y'all think run this trade?
Actually, first off, before we continue, analyzing the deal from earlier today where they picked up Anthony Simons.
Yeah.
He's coming off the bench. He's a 2-year, $12 million deal. They're not trading. They're not getting rid of Tyrese Maxey. That's your first man off the bench in Anthony Simons.
No.
Okay, who's all on the bench? Okay, before we get to that, who y'all think won the trade? We get to that.
Philly won the trade. Rocky Balboa won the trade. Apollo Creed won the trade. Kevin Hart won the trade. Allen Iverson won the trade.
Excuse me. Yeah, Rocky Balboa is up there, but Joe Frazier officially got his statue where it's supposed to be in Philly. Finally. So say Joe Frazier. Forget Rocky.
Joe Frazier too. And Max's cheesesteaks. Everybody in Philly won that trade.
Max's cheesesteaks is crazy.
Everybody in Philly won that trade. And I want somebody to go check Brad Stevens' account and see if he got wired some money just randomly, if he just got a random amount of money wired to his account. He's sold.
What was he supposed to do?
You don't send it to a division rival. Like if you send him inside the East, whatever, if they have if they have a good deal, whatever, cool. But not only do you send him in the East, you send him to a division rival, and you send him to the team that knocked you out in the playoffs this past season.
I don't think it's that serious, man. It ain't like you sent Shaq or Kobe or Jordan somewhere. You sent Jaylen Brown.
You sent the Finals MVP.
I guess my question.
Chauncey Billups.
I guess my question is,
you're not comparing Jaylen Brown to Chauncey Billups.
Why not?
I guess
that's disrespectful.
My question is, why so quick? I guess that's what my question is. Like, you had all summer. The season don't start till when? October.
Mm-hmm.
So you have all summer. What made you want to do this move right now? Like,
yeah, because free agency just started. And if we wait to the end of free agency and we don't sign and fill our roster up and know what type of roster we gonna have, you could set yourself back a year or two by waiting so long. Because say they don't trade them, and then all these other free agents are getting signed up, boom, 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 boom. And then at the end of free agency, you finally was able to trade Jaylen Brown, and now you like, dang, we got holes on our roster.
Yeah, but who were you signing in free agency? It wasn't who's in free agency that's like, we gotta go get right now.
They're not done.
Yeah, I know they're not done, but I don't think there's anybody out there like that's like, oh, we gotta get him today, right now. Sure. So let's get rid of Jaylen Brown.
Sure, it is
right now for potentially pennies on the dollars. Well, we could have just waited a couple weeks, and what? A team could have offered you more.
The number one reason for trading Jaylen Brown was he has a $300 million contract.
I get
that's
that.
Number one. Number two is he's extension eligible next season, and he wants the 2-year $145 million extension. Number three is he's becoming a distraction for our organization.
Why is he a distraction?
Have you seen his Twitches?
Because he talk on Twitch?
Yes. And the stuff he's saying on Twitch, not just
I heard what he says on Twitch. I get what he's saying on Twitch. I've heard it. But to call it a pure distraction, I'm questioning that, and I question it for certain reasons. But
I think the obvious reasons that we know that the powers that be have to dislike Jaylen Brown is one thing, and that is true. I think this thing that he's doing on Twitch is totally separate. He brought that on himself. You don't go on Twitch and talk about your own freaking organization that you work for. What do you go win from that?
Was this before or after? Was this before or after they started shopping him around, trying to land Giannis and other
way
folks?
Before this man went on Twitch during the playoffs to talk about Joel Embiid being a flopper and all of this stuff, and then after that he just kept switching, and next thing you know he's talking about this is the best year I've ever had in Boston. And I'm like, dude, y'all lost in the freaking second round, and last year y'all won the finals. How is this your best year? Like you're saying crazy stuff like that. Now you in a feud with Stephen A. Smith. Then you saying your organization don't appreciate you. Then you saying ESPN is like, you just doing too much. Why do all that talking? We get it that you smart, but you was way smarter when you was keeping your mouth closed. Now you running it, and you giving them ammo to use on you. He had to go. He was a distraction.
I mean, was he not underappreciated by Boston?
Yeah. I'm not saying I agree with everything that he said. That's not what I'm saying. I think some of the moves that he made, he shouldn't have said those things. But you still, to me, you rushed it. I think it's too fast. Unless they know something that we don't know, like, because it's the Sixers, and they will luck themselves into a player with some degenerative needs some way, somehow. Let's hope that's not Jaylen Brown's situation. But I just don't. They move too quick for me. I'm like, you could have waited to a little bit longer. I'm not saying wait till the trade deadline. I'm not even saying wait till the end of free agency. But you could have waited just a little bit longer to see.
I don't think he would have done that. Like the big fish was Giannis. That was okay with sending him Brown to Milwaukee for Giannis and still paying Giannis to, like, okay, we really don't want two players making $300 million on our books, but if we get Giannis, then we'll deal with it. But we don't want another player making that type of money. We trying to get lower on our salary. So that was the goal. The goal wasn't to try to get the best player possible. They were saying, okay, we just trying to get off this contract, get something. It don't have to be the best thing. After Giannis, there was nothing else worth it.
How much is left on his deal?
On Jaylen Brown,
400 million. Yeah, how much is left on his deal?
It ain't about what's left. It's about
how much is it per year. But how much is it per year? Also,
I got Phillies pulled up. Chris, can you pull up Boston's to look at Browns? I think he was making about he gonna make 57 next year.
Jaylen Brown has 3 years left on his contract. 57.7 on his upcoming season. 61.5 the year after that. 65.3 the year after that.
Oh, so an increase.
And then he wants the 145 million extension for 2 years.
Okay.
So what's 145 divided by 2? That's almost 80 mil.
And how much is Paul George for this year? And next year?
51, 54 for next year, 56 for the 27-28 year, which is a player option.
Okay, so it was more about long term.
And shout out to Paul George's agent for continuing to get these big numbers this stage in his career. Because god damn.
I mean, look at Joel, but look at Joel Embiid with his injuries. 55 this year, 58 next year, 62 and 27, and then in 28, 67.
But this was a win now move for Philly. I think that like everybody for the last couple of years we've seen like Philly, they've been, it's either Embiid not healthy or they're one piece away. And I think that they feel like they saw that Embiid, you could possibly have Embiid for a whole year now coming up. So you have the potential for a healthy Embiid, and you were one piece away, and they win it. So shout out to them for going out and getting that deal done and getting what they believe to be that one piece. You wasn't doing it with Paul George. Paul George is way too inconsistent. But now, and the availability is inconsistent as well. But now you get a dependable, consistent, and a high output Jaylen Brown to pair with a proven Tyrese Maxey, an up and coming VJ Edgecombe, and a potential healthy Joel Embiid.
I want off that Tyrese Maxey contract yesterday. He's gone. Like if I'm the Sixers, I can't trade Joel Embiid because no one's going to take him with their injury history with that huge contract, right? So I got Jaylen Brown. That's my number one scorer right now. I'm getting 26, 27 from Jaylen Brown. He's an MVP candidate. He's the best player on your team. Then I got the 1-2 punch with him and the big with Joel if Joel is healthy, right? I can't trade Joel, so I got to move forward with Brown and Embiid. And then I got Edgecombe on a rookie contract. I'm going to get more bang for my buck with him. So if I don't need Maxey to be my number one scorer or my number two scorer, then why do I need Maxey if he's going to make 37 mil, 40 mil next year, 43 mil in 27, and then 46 mil in 28? I can get the same probably production from Anthony Simons as I can from Maxey. I guarantee you I can.
And I don't like when people say that.
And you realize they're not trading Maxey, right? You do know that, right?
Well, they're going to go into next
they're
season.
They're not trading
eight players on their roster, and then
it is what it is. And I know depth is important. It is what it, but you know they're not trading Maxey. Right?
Why not? Why not? The Celtics
why
just
would they trade the player?
Who's the best player on the 76ers team right now?
Two-way player, I would say Jaylen Brown.
I would say Jaylen Brown too. Who's the second best player?
Scoring wise, I would say Tyrese Maxey.
I would say Joel Embiid.
I would say Tyrese Maxey.
Right, and that's what we would split. I would say
Joel Embiid. He's not even healthy. So
your availability is your best ability. So if you can't be there,
we're going to get from Joel Embiid. So you're going to trade Tyrese Maxey with the potential that Joel Embiid might miss 70 games again.
I would love to trade Joel Embiid. The reason why I'm not trading Joel Embiid because we can't.
It's not happening. It's neither one is going to get traded. It's not going to happen.
They're going to have to. This is not going to work. This is not going to work. It's
But what I'm
not.
telling you, they're not going to do it this year. You keep saying they're not going to have to
Britne,
do it.
please look up this roster and look at these salaries.
I already know what the roster looks like. I watch the team every other day when they're playing during the season. I know what the roster look like.
I'm telling you, Maxey is gonna be trade bait.
Anthony Simons, as talented as he is, and I like Anthony Simons, he's not better than Tyrese Maxey. I'm sorry.
He's not better than Tyrese Maxey.
Absolutely not.
No, he's not. But
no.
What do I need if with that salary that Tyrese Maxey is making, and I'm not asking him to be my number one scorer. I'm not asking him like I'm going to Joel Embiid and Brown 1 and 2 first.
Joel Embiid is no longer he does not. In order for this team to succeed, he cannot be your 2 anymore. He's going to
Joel Embiid when y'all was down 3-1 to Boston.
It's easy. They ain't had no size.
Let me finish the question. Let me finish the question though. When y'all was down 3-1 to Boston, who was leading that charge? It was Tyrese Maxey. When Joel Embiid came back, he was the difference maker, and that's how y'all came back from a 3-1 deficit.
Why?
Because he's unguardable.
Also, why? Boston don't have size. Jaylen Brown was defending Joel Embiid. That was easy. And then what happened with the Knicks?
Right. So
Joel Embiid wasn't there.
The defending champions?
Right. What happened with the Knicks?
The champions? They lost to the champs.
It doesn't matter who they lost to, but what happened with the Knicks? It wasn't the same.
They ran into the champs.
It wasn't. They ran into the Knicks last year too and lost. So, and a similar situation happened.
Joel got hurt. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. When you ask me who the best player is, I'm saying Brown. Second best player is Joel. With taking factoring in injuries, then yeah, I understand the concern with Joel being your second best player. But I'm just stating who's the first and best player. If you don't think Joel can stay healthy, then trade him for peanuts. Then. And I'm just stating, that's not going to happen. No, they're not going to trade Maxey. The whole idea of they like the pairing of Jaylen, Maxey, and VJ. Unfortunately, they didn't even want. Boston was trying to get VJ. They definitely. That's who they wanted. They wanted VJ, but the Sixers said absolutely not. I wonder why they didn't want Maxey. That could also have been the Sixers. That's a non-negotiable. Like, no, I don't know. Or they just. I think Edgecombe was the non-negotiable because he has the most upside and he's making way less. He's making way less. He's on a rookie deal, so that only makes sense, of course. Yeah.
So
what are we talking about?
Looking at this, right? I'm looking at the numbers, right? VJ was rookie last year, right? So these rookie contracts are 4 years, correct? Right. So that will put VJ Edgecombe at, let's see. This was the 2025-2026 season. So he has a team option 28-29. Okay, so you have VJ Edgecombe through 28-29. You now have Jaylen Brown through 28-29, Tyrese Maxey through 28-29, and Joel Embiid through 28-29. They have a 3-year championship window. Right? I think hold on. They do have to kind of fix some things around, right? But the main thing was that you got a core that you feel like you could win a championship with, right? Now, it's a 3-year championship window, right? You have all these players through 28-29. But I think that if you don't make enough strides by the end of the second season, when options come up and extensions come up and stuff like that, then that's when you can go ahead and try to send off Tyrese Maxey and do this, or send off Joel Embiid and do this, trade VJ Edgecombe and gain back something while he's entering his peak and stuff like that. But I think for right now, this is the core that they're running with. They're gonna run with Maxey, Embiid, and Brown. Chris, I agree with you and Britne that this is probably what they're going to do. I'm not saying what they're going to do. I'm saying what they should do. Now, when I ask y'all this, championship teams or teams that make runs,
Do they have a bench or not? Who's the last team that has won it without a bench, without a really good bench? Like I'm looking at the Thunder last year, and we know they got a bench. I'm looking at the Knicks this year. All the guys who came off the bench, whether it was Grand Theft Auto coming off the bench and doing his thing.
But part of that, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but so if at least go 8 deep. At least go 8 deep with 3 guys on the bench you can trust. Right now, they got 4 guys in the starting lineup, and they got to start Dean Wade, the other D Wade. Dean Wade is in their starting lineup right now. And then when you go to their bench, who do they got? Kyle Lowry just retired. Kelly Oubre just signed with the Pacers. Quentin Grimes just signed with the Lakers. Andre Drummond is a free agent. Nobody signed him yet. And then you got Justin Edwards, Johnny Broom, Jabari Walker. Who are these guys?
So part of your bench is developing. So the biggest issue with the Sixers, it don't matter who the Sixers bring. They have to be able to develop some of these guys as well. OKC is good in developing their guys. The Knicks are good at better than developing their guys. Yes, they brought in some other guys as well. Part of it is developing. A lot of our bench players, they have excelled on other teams. Potentially starters, quality bench guys. The main issue with the Sixers is they don't develop well. So that's where it starts before anything else, before you start looking and start signing vet minimums and trying to grab certain players. So it's a good, they got Anthony Simons. I like him. I like the rookie they just drafted from Alabama. I think he has the best handles on this team already. And believe it or not, people don't realize it because he kind of went away from his defensive side his last year in Alabama. He actually plays defense.
He's really good
defense. He's a very good player.
What is that? Philon Jr. Something
LeBaron. Like I don't know how to say his last name, but LeBaron.
LeBaron.
Yeah. So I feel like they want him to be a part of that second team. Now you got Anthony Simons, which provides a veteran leadership.
That's 2. That's 2 from the bench. That's 2.
Wade, we don't know. Like you said earlier, free agency is not over yet. Then you just tell me that.
But what money did they got to go get free?
Most of the people that's on that free agency list is not getting big time money. Most of those guys are probably going to get vet minimums. That's what I'm trying to explain.
I'm telling you.
And then there's guys they are hoping to develop. We have to see how the other guys develop behind these players.
Let me ask you this. Is it a better option? Is it a better option to go get vet minimum guys out of free agency to fill up your bench? Or is it a better option to flip Maxey?
It's a better option to be able to develop on your team, which we have a struggle.
Yeah, we beyond it. We talking about right now with this roster that y'all got. Y'all got 2 guys on y'all bench. One of them is a rookie.
We don't know what the bench is capable of right now.
Right? This is what I would love to last year. With what I got with Embiid and Brown, I don't need a point guard that want to go get 30. That's what you have with Maxey right now.
I'm not.
I would rather move forward with the rookie point guard y'all just drafted, or Anthony Simons running the point, and I would flip Maxey for whatever I could get, and my roster would be stacked. Right now, y'all got a skeleton crew. That's all I'm saying.
Not trading Maxey right now. Then let us sit with the skeleton crew until they can figure it out.
And you're not trading because you like them. But that's not gonna get you nowhere by liking somebody. You got to make this squad look really good.
You trade them. Joel is hurt for about 60, 70 games, and who you got left? VJ and
Brown and Anthony Simons and whoever I get.
You have to find another quality guard.
Whoever I get for Maxey, I got quality guards.
Who you going?
I'm good with guard. I don't have an insurance policy for Joel Embiid. If you keep Maxey and Joel Embiid get hurt, then what?
At least I feel comfortable because now we have a player in Jaylen that could provide some extra points without a Joel Embiid and hopefully still get us to some wins. Without a Joel Embiid period and without a Jaylen Brown, we didn't have any of that.
But no, you got Jaylen Brown now. If you trade Maxey and you get a backup center and another guard and another vet and a first round pick, I think that's better moving forward, because if you don't have Maxey and Embiid get back, now you got this backup center that you got for
We're not trading
Maxey.
Maxey. This is like an absolute.
I'm not saying that they're going to trade Maxey. I'm saying they should. I'm not saying they're going to. I'm saying they should.
No,
I would if I had gun to my head.
You're able to do this year. Don't be scared. They approaching the first apron, not the second apron yet.
You don't need them though. You don't need Maxey.
You see what they're capable, what they're able to do this year, and then you make that decision next year. Whatever decision that may be. Maybe you can get from underneath Joel Embiid's contract.
If it were up to me and I just had to trade somebody to alleviate the cap pressure, I'm coming off Embiid's contract.
You can't. Nobody's going to take Embiid's contract, dog.
Somebody
That's the
will.
thing. I would trade Embiid too with this new roster. I would love to move forward with Edgecombe, Maxey, and Brown, and then find some other bigs that to coexist around them. But I can't trade Embiid's contract. In order for you to trade Embiid's contract, you're going to have to say, "Hey, we'll give you Edgecombe if you take Embiid's contract." Like, you can't come off Embiid's contract. The only person that can be traded that's expendable, that you can actually recuperate what they do, is Maxey. He gives you 20. He gives you 25 points, and he's fast. Do you think you can get that from anybody else? Because you get 25.
Now you're disrespecting Maxey. Don't do that. He's 25 points and he's fast. Like, the way you made that sound is crazy.
I don't necessarily know if that's true.
More talented than that, though.
I don't necessarily know if that's true, man.
I just replaced his production with Brown just now. I got a better score that I can rely on for 25 to 30 points, right? So this is how you develop a team. Okay, let's use the Bulls for example. I need my dominant scorer that I need to go to for points. Check. That's Michael Jordan. And then you build around that. The Philadelphia 76ers dominant scorer was Maxey. Now you got Brown. That's your dominant scorer you're building around. If you didn't have Maxey and you just had Brown with nobody else on the roster and you had to find his running mates, would you go get Maxey or would you go get somebody else? I'll probably go get Derek White before I get Maxey. He's going to lock up on D. He's going to do all the other stuff. He's going to make sure Brown's getting the ball, and he can give me 15 to 20 points. I don't need 25 to 30 from White or Maxey. I'm getting that from Brown.
Yeah, I disagree. That's all I'm going to say. I disagree. So that's all I'm going to say is I disagree. But I do have something to say.
All right.
Don't ever compare me again to a duck.
I ain't never compared you to no duck.
Yes, you did. You compared me to a duck. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Because I said I'm still a little skeptical about what's going on with the Sixers right now. They got to show me something, before I just jump all in. You compared me to a duck yesterday. Yes, you did.
Hey, Chris, what is a comparison?
You compare one thing to another.
Yeah, but it's keywords and comparisons. If I say Chris' head looks like a tennis ball, right? That's a comparison, right?
You said Britne is like a duck because on the surface, yes, you did. Yes, you said how she is feeling is similar to a duck. On the, how they be in the pond, they be all calm, chilling, and then underneath the water, this is her excitement. No, my excitement is where my excitement is right now with the Sixers. Right. It's 2 years of lies and distrust, and they got to show me something.
That's not a comparison. And I didn't say
comparison. What are you talking about?
Somebody said, have you talked to Britne about this new trade? And I'm pretty sure she was happy. I was like, yeah, she did say something about it, but she not gonna be overly excited about it. And I said, you know how a duck is when above the water they're calm, but under the water their feet are paddling really fast. I said that's how it is with her calmness. She's gonna be calm on the outside, but I'm pretty sure she's excited on the inside. That's not comparing you to a duck.
That's a comparison. What are you talking about? What is a comparison?
All right, so what? Okay. That is not.
I'm
That's not
mad at
comparing.
you for saying it, but
It's a
That's
form
not
of
a
comparing.
comparison.
It's a form
No,
of
it's
comparing.
not.
Yes.
It's not. It's not. It's
what was your
not.
GPA in high school?
It don't matter. It don't matter.